Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex, and I have some news updates from around Thailand for you today, this Monday, October 21st. Now, today, we'll be talking about some risqué dancers causing controversy at a police station, some final destination level freak accidents, it is Halloween, and a little later, a reported kidnapping of an American man in the Philippines. But first, our main story, we're talking about the weather. Thailand is bracing for heavy rain and strong winds affecting 41 provinces. That's right, Thailand is bracing for heavy rain and very strong winds today, with the Thai Meteorological Department warning that 41 provinces will be affected, including Bangkok, which will see 80% of its area impacted. Thunderstorms are expected nationwide, particularly in the central, eastern, and southern regions. Flash floods are possible in low-lying and foothill areas, so be careful if you're in one of those. Residents are advised to avoid open spaces and unstable structures. The weather disturbance is caused by a monsoon trough and low-pressure area with strong winds and high waves forecasted in the Andaman Sea and the Gulf of Thailand. It's a little contradictory right now because in Bangkok, I cannot see a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful day, but Thailand, that stuff can turn on a dime. So the weather forecast does appear to be dark and stormy. Might be a good time to stay inside, pop on a scary movie. Like I said, it's Halloween. All right, let's spin the wheel. Where's our badly behaving Farang coming from today? Any guesses? No? All right. A Frenchman was arrested for reckless motorcycle riding in Chiang Mai. 21-year-old French tourist, too young and dumb, identified as Hugo, was arrested for reckless motorcycle riding on the road to Doi Sitep in Chiang Mai. The incident, recorded and shared on social media, prompted an investigation by local authorities. Hugo admitted to meeting a group of motorcyclists and intentionally performing dangerous stunts to entertain his friends. He has been charged with driving without a license and reckless driving, endangering others' safety. Police located him along with the motorcycle in question and clothing used during the incident. No good. Okay, this is something funny. I don't know. Young kids, motorcycles, no license. Obviously, that's an issue there too. He fessed up. That's good. I mean, the incident was entirely caught on camera, so there's not a whole lot of denying it. But what kind of punishment will be given out was not entirely clear. But this sucks. Gives tourists a bad name. You also got to kind of question this is something that happens all the time. Scooter rentals and things like that are giving out the scooters without checking if there's a proper license for the tourist. If they start doing that, business dries up because a lot of people do come to Thailand without international licenses. I don't know. Sticky situation, pretty messy, but no excuses because, those roads, especially it's in rainy season, an incident can happen like that. So if you're driving recklessly, pretty nice to hear that the police actually tracked it down. It's not like they were on the scene. It was more like other people reporting him on social media, which caused an investigation. Shows the importance of, if you see something, say something. I know snitches get stitches, but in this case, lives could be saved. And, he won't be doing that again, I assume, anytime soon. All right, moving on. Now, in Thailand, there's a lot of conversation that goes around with the beggars here in the Land of Smiles. There's plenty of them. Lots of homeless people here in Bangkok, in Pattaya, Phuket as well. What's strange is that some of them are coming from foreign destinations. Now, Pattaya police have detained foreign beggars in order to try and restore some public peace. Pattaya police took into custody several foreign beggars in a bid to restore public peace after reports of harassment. The operation, led by Police Colonel Nawin Tirawat and Police Lieutenant Colonel Piapong Ensan, followed complaints from an Arab restaurant owner about tourists being harassed by beggars. 2 foreign individuals found without identification documents were arrested after being caught on CCTV footage linked to the incidents reported on October 18th. Although their behavior wasn't mafia-like, it caused discomfort among locals and tourists. The suspects face charges of illegal entry and public nuisance with plans for deportation. This gets a little sketchy sometimes, and it's happened to me plenty of times in Bangkok, Pattaya, and Phuket. I'm sitting in a restaurant, trying to enjoy my food, trying to support the local economy, and people come up to you and don't leave you alone, right? Like sometimes they don't take no for an answer and you're just like, no, thank you, I'm okay. I don't need whatever kind of little trinket you have on sale, if you have that. So it looks like these guys are just straight up coming up and asking for money. Begging, like there's got to be some etiquette to it, but at the same time, desperation is also a key influence in this behavior. Unsure what the answer is. Let me know your thoughts, guys, if you have any idea what the solutions could be in this situation. You know, I have... They do say not to give it because a lot of these guys could be involved in homeless begging mafias, which is something that I've seen in places like China, where they'll actually physically deform the beggars in order to make them better, more effective beggars. So that's not a system that you want to be supporting. At the same time, I've seen plenty of local Thai people that are just, you know, they're in the same place. They don't bother you. They just sort of like sit there and like, please. And you can walk by, or you can drop in some change or whatever. That seems to be a nicer way. It's going to make me more likely to contribute. But yeah, at the end of the day, I guess I'm just I'm happy. I'm lucky that I don't have to deal with that situation. But really, it could be a nuisance for tourists, and it could affect the local economy. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Moving on, we have our final destination-like story of the day. This is pretty scary stuff. Now, 2 schoolgirls have been injured after a truck tire fell off and hit their motorcycle in Samut Songkhram. 2 schoolgirls were injured when a tire detached from a 10-wheel ice truck and struck their motorcycle on Ekachai Road near Samut Songkhram Polytechnic College. The incident, captured on CCTV, resulted in the girls being thrown off their motorcycle, suffering abrasions and bruises. The truck driver, Mr. Chanarong, explained that the tire came loose while transporting ice. Police have charged him with reckless driving causing injury. The motorcycle driver, Mr. Saman, initially thought the noise was a transformer explosion before realizing the tire had hit the motorcycle. Legal action is underway. Oh, that's some scary stuff. This is exactly why, you know, we've been talking about bus inspections, truck inspections. This is like if you're the driver of one of these big trucks where one little accident can lead to major injury or even death, it's kind of on you to make sure everything is safe before you get on the road for one of those long hauls. Now, this is fortunate that the people only suffered injuries, because if you've seen these videos before, you've seen tires do some serious damage around the internet. For those curious, you can go to reddit.com/r/tires-are-the-enemy, which in this case they were. So good to know that some charges are being filed, and hopefully that behavior is corrected so that other people can be safe in the future. But yeah, scary stuff. I have one more new thing to fear on the roads. All right, speaking of Final Destination, we've got some more terrifying stuff coming your way as a British woman was injured by a boat propeller in the Similan Islands. Ouch. A British tourist, Luis Ima Bacheta, was injured by a boat propeller while diving near Island 7 on the Similan Islands. The accident occurred during a tour organized by Siam Adventure World, resulted in Bacheta sustaining a 5-centimeter long, 2-centimeter deep wound in her right heel. Royal Thai Navy officers provided first aid and transported her for further medical treatment. The Similan Islands had just reopened for visitors. Meanwhile, a separate incident involved the discovery of a body in diving gear near Samut Prakan, linked to a diver missing while cleaning a ship. Terrifying stuff, spooky news coming out of there. Fortunately, the girl is okay, but I have to wonder, I don't really know who was at fault in this situation. Like, was the boat shouldn't have been moving while there was divers nearby in the water in any case. So I have a feeling that this tour operating company is going to face some punishment in some kind of way, maybe even a lawsuit from this woman to pay for her medical services, because, yeah, ouch. Fortunately, she's okay. Lower extremity, like if I had to pick, that'd probably be the place where I would want to get nicked. But certainly going to put a damper on the rest of her holiday. So hopefully she gets some sort of compensation and is able to make something out of this trip, because that is not a good way to spend a day. Poor girl. All right, on to our fun story of the day. We got some dancers causing a controversy. Where? Police station. Outrage over dancers at Nonthaburi police station has sparked an online debate. All right, a video showing dancers in revealing outfits at Plaibang police station in Nonthaburi sparked outrage online. What, we're censoring this? The footage, shared on social media, led netizens to question the appropriateness of such activities in a public space. The police station superintendent, Police Colonel Piawat, clarified that the dancers had attended a nearby party and stopped by the station to use the restroom. Sounds like they were being nice. Now, filming the video without police awareness, though. Officers reprimanded the party organizers, emphasized the need for appropriate behavior in the future to maintain the station's integrity. Oh, wow. Come on. I don't know. I think it's fine. It was nice the police let them in. You just need to use the bathroom. Of course, girls, you can. Then they took a TikTok video. Why not? I feel like they're dressed up having a party and they're in the police station. That's a funny place to do it. But, I think this is a funny thing. Usually the police like to show a little bit more levity, a little bit more lightening up within their image and in their persona. But in this case, I guess there's been some backlash from the online community saying like, hey, these are my taxpayer dollars. What are they doing dancing in a police station? Were they bothering anybody? I don't really think so. Your thoughts, people, let me know in the comments below. That's it for our Thailand section of the news. Now we're heading into the world of ASEAN. We're off to Indonesia first, where Prabowo Subianto has been sworn in as Indonesia's 8th president. That's right, Prabowo Subianto was sworn in as Indonesia's 8th president, marking his rise from ex-general accused of human rights abuses to head of state. Subianto, a former defense minister, secured a landslide victory in February with promises of policy continuity, backed by outgoing President Joko Widodo. Oh, I'll be sad I won't be saying that name too much anymore. He chose Widodo's son, Gibran Rakabuming Raka, as his vice president. All in the family. During his inauguration, Subianto pledged to address corruption, poverty, and malnutrition, and continue Widodo's projects, including building a new capital on Borneo. His leadership in Southeast Asia's largest economy will focus on modernization and non-aligned foreign policy. Classic maneuver. Name a more classic combination than Southeast Asian country and political neutrality. That is the name of the game around here. Balancing the Western influences with, China is typically what we're looking at over there. But, a controversial past, right? Like, accused of human rights abuses, now the head of state. Landslide victory. I mean, Indonesia has had democracy for a while now. But also, former president's son, now the vice president. It's not like there aren't political dynasties all over the West as well, so can't be seen as that suspicious, but at the same time, you don't like to see it. You kind of like to see fresh blood, new ideas coming in. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I guess the people of Indonesia have spoken, and we'll see if he is able to continue the rapid development of that economy and how that move of Jakarta over to Borneo, right, for the capital is going to play out, because that is certainly a very controversial issue over in Indonesia. We'll see. But anyways, we got a new man in the big seat over in Indonesia. Let's move on. We're heading over to Malaysia, talking about economics. Malaysia to expand taxes and raise minimum wage as a record budget is announced. Malaysia is set to introduce new taxes, cut fuel subsidies, and raise the minimum wage in 2025 as part of a record 421 billion ringgit, or about $98 billion budget. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim aims to reduce the fiscal deficit to 3.8% of GDP. Key changes include expanding the sales and services tax, taxing dividend incomes over 100,000 ringgit, and increasing excise duties on sugary drinks. The minimum wage will rise to 1,700 ringgit per month, and targeted subsidies will focus on the needy. Savings will fund education, healthcare, and increased cash aid for low-income individuals. Sounds good to me. Let's see if the policy takes action and actually achieves those goals. But typically, taxing the people that can afford it, providing social services for the lowest, has a very great effect, right? You're giving people resources for them to be able to find jobs better, get better paying jobs. Typically, this has a good impact on, homelessness, crime, those sorts of things. It's a big budget. It's one of the biggest budget. It is the biggest budget that Malaysia's ever had. So they're going to need to find that money somewhere. But their economy's been booming. We've been talking about the Malaysian economic miracle that's been going on. So with such a big jump in the overall stock market over there and the GDP, the value of that, sure, government spending should be increasing as well. It's just, normal rules of economic development. We'll see. Good luck to them. Now, we got a scary tale. A scary tale coming out of the Philippines. An American man has reportedly been kidnapped from southern Philippines. So, this American man, identified as Elliot O'Neill Eastman, was reportedly kidnapped by armed gunmen in Cebuco, a coastal town in southern Philippines. The kidnappers, wearing black clothing and armed with M16 rifles, shot Eastman in the leg as he tried to resist before fleeing with him on speedboat. Police are conducting a search, and authorities believe the kidnappers may have headed toward Basilan or Sulu, areas with a history of kidnappings. The abduction raises concerns of a possible kidnapping for ransom, echoing the region's history of security issues, including activities by groups like Abu Sayyaf. Terrifying stuff, and this is one of the reasons why when you go to the Philippines, there are serious travel warnings, particularly when you go to the south, because many of those islands are not actually under the control of the government, the Philippines government itself. So if you do plan to go to the Philippines, caveat emptor, you have to be careful about where you are going because, especially if you are white, if you are a Western person, because you don't blend in, you stand out, and that puts a big target on your back because there's the assumption that, hey, you're there on holiday or whatever, you have money behind you or you have access to money in some kind of way. So this poor guy, shot in the leg, carried off, still unknown what his whereabouts will be. Hopefully this does end up just being a ransom situation. The ransom gets paid. But in any case, be careful when you're traveling, especially in the south of the Philippines where, probably best just not to. But yeah, caution for those travelers. All right, moving on to our last story. A weird controversy coming out of Cambodia. Now, the Cambodian Princess Jenna denies that she has ambitions to be a K-pop star. Cambodian Princess Jenna Norodom, a 12-year-old rising star with millions of followers on TikTok and YouTube, has denied rumors of pursuing a K-pop career. Despite media reports claiming she was set to become a K-pop trainee, her management clarified she declined an offer from a Korean agency in 2023. Jenna, who was already a popular figure in Cambodia and China, is focused on her studies and music career, currently working on her first Mandarin album. Known for her multilingual abilities and showbiz success, Jenna has captivated audiences with viral performances, including her hit cover of At My Worst. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this. She's 12 years old. I mean, to have ambitions of being a pop star and to already have millions of followers shows that, hey, there might be something to this. I think this might be something that's worth supporting from her team and the people around her. At the same time, of course, it always calls into question, would she have this ability or this talent without the support of having been a part of the royal family? Come on. It's just another Nepo baby. Let's be real. We got Nepo babies all over the world. I think this is fair game. So let the girl do what she wants to do. All right. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, cut it. All right. So that's it for the, I'll get into the comments in just a second. Let me cut the story. I'm running out of time. That's it for the news on the Thaiger. Go to thethaiger.com for more news updates throughout the day. And also go to ASEANnow.com, sign up for an account, join the conversation, see what's going on. Remember, there's a holiday this Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow though. So that doesn't matter yet. All right. Now let me get into the comments and see what's going on.